It's a really nagging feeling when somebody just disappears from your life without giving too much explanation, and you ruminate over why they did what they did, how they could just move on so easily. Did you do something wrong? Is there something wrong with you? So on and so on. So, whenever narcissists get into a new relationship, at some point they know they're going to try to make the other person feel rejected. And a lot of times that feeling of rejection comes through a straight out discard, a straight out rejection, literally speaking. And other times they just do or say certain things, perhaps repeatedly, to make the person feel rejected. Like the narcissist has better things to do, like the person isn't worthy of their time, so on. And sometimes they'll do that many times throughout the course of the relationship. And of course, sometimes they'll do that, and in due course, they might reject the person, discard the person, more literally. Here's the thing. By making the person feel rejected, by making the other person feel like they're not worthy of the narcissist's time, like the narcissist is too good for them, that's a huge ego boost. And it's a good way of putting the other person down. The feeling of rejection, if you feel rejected, you feel like you're not good enough. If you feel rejected, you feel like the other person is better than you. If you feel rejected, you feel like you've done something wrong, perhaps, or something just isn't right about you, which makes you insufficient. All of those things are what the narcissist looks to make you feel, because it's exactly where they need to place you so they can feel good about themselves. They need to put you in that space where you just feel like you're not good enough for the narcissist, because that's where the narcissist feels good about themselves. And to top it off, the narcissists often make you feel that way and don't give you much explanation. They let things linger. They let you wonder what's really going on, wonder why they left you, or wonder why they can't be bothered to talk to you, to give you any explanation about their disappearance, or sometimes it's a long silent treatment after which they return, but they still don't really give you much explanation. You still have that feeling of being rejected. And that's just what narcissists do to validate themselves and to assert their dominance over you. They need to make you feel like you're the less worthy one and they're the more worthy one. That's the only way they get their needs met. That's the only way their ego gets stroked in a way where they feel comfortable around you. If they can't put you in that lower place, then they don't really feel comfortable in your presence. Because narcissists can never feel like they're in equal standing with the other person. Or God forbid, they can't feel like they're beneath you. If they ever feel beneath you, in their mind, it has to be temporary before they step over you and then put you down in your place. And what about you? Obviously, if you're watching this video, then maybe you're pretty educated on narcissism and all that comes with it. But if this is new to you, or if sometimes you still understand these things, the NPD concepts from a rational perspective, but kind of part of your mind and your emotional being still can't quite get it, then this might help you a little bit around why you can't get over them, even once you know what they're about. Rejection, when you are rejected, when people are rejected, it tends to make them want to prove themselves that they're not unworthy like the person made them feel. That they are worthy of the other person's time, attention, presence. That they are worthy of the other person's compassion, their energy, their empathy. So when the narcissist rejects you, when the narcissist rejects a partner, their supply, oftentimes the supply will go in rumination around what happened, how can I get the narcissist back, how can I bring about a change of heart, how can I convince them that I'm actually better than that I'm good enough for them. Rejection does breed obsession. Rejection so often puts people in a position where they want to prove their worth. And so often, you can only really feel like you've leveled the playing ground, that you've put things into a good place, if you can effectively prove your worth to the person who rejected you, the narcissist. And a lot of times, that ties back with childhood wounds, where maybe you were rejected by the caregiver, and you never really got their love, care, and attention the way you wanted to. And now that the narcissist is replaying that. So now you feel like you need to get the narcissist love, care, and attention to fix things. The love, care, and attention of any other person doesn't really do the trick. So often when the narcissist rejects somebody, the whole world, apart from the narcissist, could love that person, could show that person they're worthy. But unless the narcissist is included in that, unless the narcissist goes back and recognizes their former partner's worth again, then the former partner often feels like they just can't move on. They can't get the narcissist out of their mind. It's very natural, especially if you're not fully well-versed in the nature of people with certain personality disorders like NPD. It's very common, very natural for people who are on the side of being rejected, where they don't feel they can move on. It doesn't help that they don't have closure. They start thinking of all the scenarios, all the possibilities of what they can do to get the person back, what they can do to get the person to have a change of heart, what they can do to prove to the person that they're as worthy as they would like to believe they are. But the narcissist often, they'll just keep ignoring. They won't respond. Or if they respond, it might be somewhat of a pitiful response. Like, oh, bless you. You know, I wish things could have worked out between us, but they just didn't. You know, I hope you move on, you find happiness, you find somebody else, blah, blah, blah. I mean, narcissists sometimes will play that card like they want the best for you. Of course, they don't really want the best for you. But the fact they can pretend they want the best for you and come across as someone who's gentle, caring, and who wants to see you well, again, they're showing their position of superiority over you. It's almost like, oh, poor you. Oh, you know, poor little puppy. Doesn't have a mommy, doesn't have a daddy, doesn't have anyone who cares for him or her. Oh. They really put you into that low place, like you're a victim. Like, you know, like an orphan type feeling. They love making people feel like that. But while they're putting you into that position, they pretend they care. So, yeah, as long as you want the narcissist back, as long as you're trying to get them back, as long as you are in that space where you think, oh my God, you know, 1 week, 1 month, 6 months, a year, maybe 2 years, so on, you're not feeling better about yourself. You want the narcissist back. The narcissist will not come back. They may entertain you here and there, but that's just to get more supply from you and to do or say things to put you down even further. So you kind of perpetuate your misery. But this is probably the most important part of this video. When you reach that point where you accept it, where you just don't want them back anymore, where you're perfectly okay with it, and they catch the crosshairs of where you are, at where you're at, you've moved on. You can't game it, you can't fake it. Like, when you genuinely move on, and sometimes it takes 1 or 2 or 3 years, sometimes 10, sometimes never. But what I'm saying is, sometimes it can take a long time for you to reach that place where you've moved on. You've released them of any bondage towards you. Then all of a sudden, they feel rejected. And they feel like they want you back. They might even think they do, because all of a sudden they see your worth. But they don't want you to know your worth. But they feel it. They feel this pull towards you. And that's where you can expect them to return. That's where you can expect them to curiously come back into your life to see if there's anything else in there for them. Anyway, I hope you found that helpful. Just to let you know, I've mentioned this before, that I do have another channel where I post videos on topics not directly related to NPD, but they touch on other personality disorders and other ideas, and the channel is called Chillin' with Joe. I'll put the link to it in the description. So if you haven't subscribed to that, please do. I'll try to post more videos in that channel as well. So, hope you found this video helpful, and thanks for watching.